They say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. That is, except for when the goose is killed, cooked, served, eaten, and potentially turned into a new family tradition. You see, my wife and I have a very rigid agreement as to who takes on the responsibilities for which holidays. Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day, I'm running around like a madman, making sure everyone and everything is where it needs to be. Cooking meals, buying gifts, performing cunnilingus, anything it takes to make sure the day goes off without a hitch. New Year's, 4th of July, and Thanksgiving, however, I have free reign to lie around and get blackout drunk. My single responsibility for Thanksgiving is to acquire the main event, the turkey. Despite the fact that no turkey has ever been served in any other fashion than dry, and that grocery stores shamelessly price gouge around the holidays, my family refuses to have Thanksgiving dinner without it. Thankfully, I'm always able to secure a frozen one a few weeks in advance, ensuring my liabilities cease and my festivities begin as early as possible. That was, of course, until this year, when the task slipped my mind. The Sunday before, I found myself walking off the 14th green with some work friends, marking down my double bogey as the topic of the upcoming holiday arose, reminding me of my errant mistake. On the drive home, I was in a panic. Where was I to find a turkey this close to Thanksgiving? This late in the game, any store's selection would be quite pitiful, if not entirely stripped bare. What was I to do? Just then, a flock of conveniently slow-moving geese crossed my path. Now, let me be clear, I did not hurt any of these birds on purpose. I couldn't live with myself knowing I used the front end of my Pathfinder to intentionally take the life of an innocent fowl. But the situation was undeniably opportune. I grabbed the largest and the least mangled off the heap and threw it in my back seat, ready to make the swap. Now, if you know anything about store-bought poultry, it doesn't simply come dead. It comes butchered, prepared, packaged, the whole nine. Surely, I couldn't just slap a dead bird on the table and call my job complete. Fortunately, I wasn't too far from my cousin Sean's house. Sean may not be a lot of things, educated, socialized, bathed, but my God does he know his way around a knife. I arrive at Sean's cabin, a word I use generously, goose in hand, begging for a quick favor. Within the hour, I had myself a perfectly manicured bird, ready to be seasoned, stuffed, and roasted. Sure, my wife did ask why it came in a hefty bag, but I spun some yarn about it being an organic, cage-free turkey that I bought at the farmer's market, and no more questions followed. Come Thursday, my family was none the wiser. My wife prepared that goose the same way she's prepared any other turkey over the years, and dinner couldn't have been more pleasant. The ruse had worked flawlessly. That was until about the third quarter of the late game. I don't even remember my slip-up. I had been drinking White Russian since about 11 a.m. and was coming in and out of a tryptophan narcosis every few minutes. I guess one of my wife's nephews made a comment about how the turkey tasted funny, to which I sloppily told him to keep it down. The Packers are in the red zone. It had also come out that I did in fact serve the family roadside goose, which did not go over well. You serve the children roadkill seemed like too strong of a reaction, however true it may be. My family was incensed, and after about an hour of screaming, the children were rushed to the emergency room in fear of trichinosis. In a now empty and silent home, I sat with my decision, replaying it in my head, trying to understand where I may have gone wrong. Sure, I shouldn't have lied. But holy shit, does goose taste so much better than turkey. Like, so much better. I came to the conclusion that this was one of those rare situations where the ends justified the means, and, to my surprise, my wife actually agreed. She was blown away by the taste of goose, especially noting how much fresher it tasted compared to frozen, store-bought turkey. Safe to say, cousin Sean and I have some hunting to do next year.